It's the Logan Power Show. Inspirational and motivational. It's the Logan Power Show. Informational to help you grow. Logan Power Show.
And now the host, Calvin Logan.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Logan Power Show, nationwide, worldwide. We thank you all for tuning in to another episode of the Logan Power Show. We are 7 years, I repeat, 7 years strong and better than ever. Well, I want to bring with you a first-time guest here at the Logan Power Show. She has been on a ton of broadcasts across the nation, well known, but we're humble enough to get her here on the Logan Power Show so she can bless us. She's the one and only Mrs. Juanna Council Brown. How you doing today, ma'am?
Hey, Logan, I really appreciate you having me on your show. Thank you so much. It's a blessing, man.
It's a blessing having you here. And we want to focus on the things you want to do at this current time. Motivational speaker, but you want to talk about financial literacy. So the floor is yours. What are some things that you've seen that we need to work on? Because you talked about the financial industry and how it works and educating me on how to save money. So the floor is yours.
So what I've been doing for the past year and some change, I've been on different podcasts, like you mentioned, UK, Canada, Australia was a few in, within the states, Baltimore, Maryland, Texas, Jersey. And I want to basically get out there that I noticed a lot of the financial literacy isn't there in our community. And I watch the news and I listen to a lot of people talk. And I've done a lot of, consultations for a lot of people. And just by listening, I'm like, where do y'all get some of this stuff? I'm like, oh my goodness. So as time went on, within probably like 2 years, I've been in the insurance industry since 2016. I started a lot of motivating people since 2020, around the pandemic. That's when I started like, wait a minute. If I have this knowledge, why don't I just speak it, but just put some passion with it? Be like, you know what? The financial literacy it's an awesome industry. The lack of education is because due to the government is not putting it in the educational systems. And when it was there, they took it out. Then you got to go to college to go in debt just to learn about, different things about investing, how the banks do things. It makes no sense sometimes. So I felt like, and like I say, I always pray. And if God put it in my heart, I want to tell people. So I always try to go out there and I'll be like, look, everybody, for one, we are humankind. It's a reason that we're top of the chain. We supposed to literally know this. Right now, it's a lot of imperfect people that's in the government and they trying to do what's best for us. But sometimes what's best for us is already better for them. What's best for us is understanding the financial industry, life insurance, compound interest, where to invest your money, where to save your money, what banks, what mutual funds, is full 1K is good. What do we look for toward retirement? So I get a lot of questions and people always say, well, what are some strategies? Well, I always looked at it from within the time I talk to people. I notice within a human mind, we seem overwhelmed with large numbers. So, I try to make it a little humorous, but I always try to tell people, if you think saving $25 a month is a lot, break it down to only 86 cents a day. And I even had a brother tell me one time he could find that on the street. I'm like, okay, so what's the problem? And that's me just getting real with them. And then I try to bring it up a notch, when it comes to us women, we power brains, So, and I understand, we want to look good. We want to make sure these outfits are straight. But the main thing we need to make sure if our bank accounts are straight, if our money is straight, if the kids are straight, college fund straight, retirement straight. So you want to be 70 years old working at Walmart, wiping windows? Not me. It's not going to happen. So when I notice a lot of the verbiage that come through with a lot of some of the younger ones and some of the older ones, and even ones my age, it's that financial literacy that's literally lacking within the community. And I feel like down deep in my heart, if we could bring a lot of the education to the community, a lot of that gun violence that they throw on the news, it probably will come down, because you're going to sit here and be like, okay, I could go get money this way instead of robbing my brother.
And I think you're hitting home on what we talk about, the simplicity of saving and moving forward. Like, give an example. If you want to save $100 a month, that's $3.33 a day. So you got to say to yourself, is that $3.33 a day? Is it well worth the time? And you have to
Right,
look into old school methods. We have to learn how. Um, I've always said this: it's all about multiple streams of income, knowing the importance of not just putting all your eggs in one basket in one bank, using the banking system for as many banks as possible, find how the system works, find which bank gives you the best bang for your buck,
right,
and knowing how to make money flow. So when you broke down the formula, you just talked about $25 a month. That's pretty much talking about almost 80 some odd cent a day, and I can find that on the street. What are some of the you make it simple, you make it really simple, but why do you think it's such a struggle just to do so? Because you just made it 86 cents, it's $1 a day. Most people today will at least relinquish $1 to you. Even if you was
right,
gonna borrow it from someone on a daily basis, you borrowed $1 from a friend and said, man, can you just, I'm working on an investment. Can you invest $1 in me a day for the next 365 days? Well, it may not sound like a lot,
right.
$365, but $365 can pay your car note for the month,
Yep,
or take care of the lights for the next 2 3 months, depending on what it is. It can really set you apart when it comes to the water. It can definitely
right,
set you apart when it comes to the groceries, and so on and so forth. Even you want to do
right,
certain things. Uh, but what you see, they seem to be the problem, because you say you're trying to sort of gravitate in the community, and there's since 2020, the COVID-19 has hit, and people are sort of afraid to sort of interact and mingle with the foes, you're vaccinated, unvaccinated, whatever. Uh, but I believe outreach is needed. So
right.
what are you doing, or what do we need to do to sort of bridge the gap to get the community to see how simple this math is?
So, like I said, I've talked to different people, males, females, older, young people, and I try to tell them first. I always ask a question: is it really hard to save? And some people say yes, but you got to realize it's a lot of entertainment. It's a lot of nail salons around. It's a lot of TV and movies on how how people think you're supposed to look. Oh, you go buy these $300 Jordans. You get the popular. You get the baddest girl. Blah blah blah. Hey, I'm just saying that's true. So I'm looking at it like this: is it really hard to save, or do you desire to save it, or is it here? I always tell people it has to start with you. I say in a lot of my podcasts, you are your own priority. No one else is obligated to take care of anyone. So if you're your own priority and you got to pay your bills, that's your circle, your house, your bills, your kids, food, things like that. So are you planning to prepare, or are you just saying, I'm just going to fail to prepare? I mean, you got to look at it. Are you going to plan to prepare, or are you going to fail to prepare? I say it like that because when you look at it, if a person has a piece of paper, even if you read in the Bible, in Hebrews, it talks about writing things down. Moses wrote things down on tablets. So if they did it back in those days, in 2021, what's the problem with pen and paper? Is it because of technology and we can put everything in our phone? There's a notepad in your phone. You can write things down if you don't want to use the generic pen and paper. So I try to reach everybody, or the ones that's willing to listen, and I say, is it really that hard to save money? Or do you not understand what you should be saving? Like some people might say, oh, I need gas. Well, if you save about $1 a day, that's $30 for a month. They're going to get gas money every month. If you got, let's just say most people mortgage about $1,000 a month. You can save $100 a day. That's about almost $3,000 a month. There go your mortgage for probably 2 months. So I look at it and I try to let them realize And I break it down even this. If you desire to go get your hair done, brothers, if you go desire to get your beards done, your haircut, ladies, if you desire to get your nails done, you go do it, right? Or you go get that new outfit for Friday, right? Or you go to the liquor store and you go get that bottle, right? So if you're desiring to do that, what's the problem with protecting your family and saving your money? You got to desire it. It starts with you. I can't make you do it. I can tell you the benefits of what, of saving money, having an emergency fund. If your car breaks down, you got a couple hundred, you get it fixed. If your tire blow out, go get you a $40 tire, you got the money. I can tell you all the benefits. But it starts with you and your desire to want better for the future. Because you got to remember, see, that's long-term goals. It don't happen overnight. You get your hair done within 3 hours. But what if you took that same money, let's say $150, and you saved it for 3 years, depending on where you put it at. You just probably saved a couple $1,000s and didn't even work for it. The money worked for yourself. So that's how I try to put it. We humans, we will do it if we desire to do it, because you desire other things.
Correct. Now you mentioned that a lot of times when it comes to the saving component, financial literacy, things that are, that you feel it's very pivotal, is not really focused in on the elementary, middle school, high school. It's not really taught in that realm, but you got to go to college to get that type of extra attentive knowledge.
Right.
Now to sort of, how can we sort of put that into our educational system? And the reason why I say that is it's doable. Hands down, it is doable.
Right.
But we do have a discrepancy where there's some people who don't know how to add, subtract, multiply, divide on a regular basis. If they don't have a calculator, if they don't even have, we don't use that. If they didn't have their phone with them, or, I believe that we're sort of being, like you mentioned, writing it down.
Right.
The book is still there. The book is not
Right.
going nowhere. We can try to be as much digital as we want, but you have to have a hard copy legally.
Right. Right.
That's a legal thing. You need legal document. That could be judicial system, things of that. There is a legal hard copy document in today's society. And I
Right.
want people to understand the importance of it. I understand, like 1775, we declared the independence. The Declaration of Independence is a legal hard. Now it's an archiving or something that's, but let's be honest, you're not going to sit there and say, well, we just have it in a digital world, because the digital world shuts down. You still need a hard copy to be able to have those bylaws in place. So how can we sort of make digital secondhand information and are writing it down on a notepad like
Right.
to be an actual hard copy as well? So what can we do in your personal opinion?
So in my opinion, we still got libraries. And you mentioned some people may not have the digital world. The library give you 1 hour of being on a computer for free. But remember what I said, Calvin, the person has to desire it. If you don't have access to the internet, if you go to the library, there are books free that you can read about financial literacy, about financial education, about insurance, about anything. I told you, I've been a life insurance agent since 2016. Most insurance companies, if you become an agent with them, they give you free literature. But that's only if you want to do that. I don't mind, taking some of my time and kind of consult and answer some questions, because I do that for a lot of people. But there is something called libraries. And that's the thing. If you go to the library, I don't know if they still got them old black and white newspaper looking. Oh man, those things are so old. I remember doing a essay on it back in high school. That thing is, I forgot what they even call it, like a projection or something. You go and look, yeah.
Projector, definitely
Yeah.
projector.
I
Yeah.
was like, they got all kinds of different things. I mean, they might have digitalized a lot more, but they got CDs. They may not have the cassette tapes. They got DVDs. I mean, you can even rent a PlayStation game. That's what I'm talking about. If you ain't got the GameStop money or the Best Buy money, go rent you the game at the library. And that's the thing. You ain't even paying for it unless it's late. And it's like, what, 50 cents if you late? Come on. So that's the thing. So just to actually piggyback on what you said, even though the government doesn't see it suffice to put in educational world, it actually should be at least around high school just to get them a touch of, you know what I'm saying, if you're going to start work, maybe put some money to the side in the savings account, maybe explain what a savings account is and things like that. But if you still really want to know about a financial injury and you have nobody to ask, there are libraries. Now, if you say, oh, I stay 1,000 miles away from a library, now I told y'all at the beginning, we are humans and we have a brain that the government can't even clone. That thing works. All of us is not retarded. I promise you. We are very smart people and we will figure it out if you desire to figure it out.
You are correct. Desire to figure. Now, question: desire to figure it out. What will it take to figure it out? Because the reason why I'm saying that, the information is available. You always hear all the time, if you're going to hide something, hide it in a book. And if because pretty at this point, society has shown videos are a learning tool more than ever. Audio plays a pivotal
Right.
role, but people actually reading the physical copy may be a struggle. There are strong readers than others.
Right.
So, what do you believe is sort of like the key ingredient for us sort of moving this in the right direction?
Your mind. It's your mentality or your mindset. I was telling someone on a podcast, I said, a lot of women might stay in a situation because of money. But I've noticed since 2020 to 2021, 82% of women actually has become entrepreneurs and started becoming the top one of the 6-figure earners. So I'm thinking, if you're put in a situation, it's like this. If you see a bear on your porch, more than likely you're going to try to hurry up and get away, get in the house and lock the door. So you mean to tell me we got to put you against the wall to say we need to save money? You should not have to be all the way broke to the point you can't even get $5 in your gas tank to say, I need to go read a book. We should not have to do that. It's a lot of stuff on the news that show you there are people in different countries that, due to the pay scale, like in Africa, different other culture, Jamaica, their income isn't like the U.S. So if you don't want to be like them, or if you want to be better than certain countries, you got to start with yourself first. If you desire to go get your hair done, why you don't want to desire to go save some money? I'm just saying, and that's being real.
You are correct. You want to save money, and there is a mindset that has to change. How can people contact you to get their mindset on point?
Y'all want to contact me? I am across the board on social media. You can email me, wannabe48@gmail.com. I am on Facebook and Instagram at Juanna.Council. I'm on LinkedIn and Twitter at Juanna Brown. I even have a YouTube channel, J Council 1996. And I'm actually on TikTok. I don't have that many followers, but it's a lot of flyers and a lot of educational stuff I put up there. And it's going to be Juanna Brown on TikTok. So I'm across the board when it comes to social media. And again, my email, if I said it too fast, it's wannabe48@gmail.com.
Absolutely. And when you think about Miss Juanna Council Brown, is not just a motivational speaker, but she wants to change the mindset of how we think, how we gravitate to things. Because a lot of times what we do is we take things at stages. You always hear this is the time for us to make a difference. So I want us to make a difference right now in our homes, where we are. As my finger is pointing up, it says in the background, I want you all to understand that this is the time for us the light bulb has to hit. You got to say the light is clicking and you're actually seeing breath at the end of the tunnel. Final thought, I'm going to give you a minute to be able to speak to the people yourself, to tell them why is financial literacy so important, why they should bring you to their homes to be a motivational speaker. So the floor is yours, and I'm going to drift off and let you finish up from here.
All right. And last note, everyone, one thing I do want to know, there's a lot of us out here that actually wants to educate everyone. The one thing that I tell you, do your research. If you don't pick me, that's fine. If you pick others, that's awesome also, because again, we're in a group. And I'm not the type person that be like, no, you don't, you have to stay with me because I want all of us to win. When you want to be someone who's trying to be a positive impact or an inspiration to someone, you will want everyone else to win regardless if you win or not. On another note, I just did a collaboration on a book. It just hit #1 on Amazon bestseller. It's called Finding the Joy in the Journey, Volume 2. It was a 90-day devotional. It was about 90 authors. It was 90 of us. We did a lot of motivation and inspiration in this book. It is out on Amazon, and it's called Finding the Joy in the Journey, Volume 2. If you don't want to understand, if you can't get what I get, like what Calvin was saying, the book is out on Amazon, and it will inspire you to want to, keep going and do better.
And I want you all, again, we want to look into getting that particular book, Find the Joy and the Journey, Volume 2. We want to get that available right now. You want to take a look. You say it's available on Amazon right now. It's available at this moment. We want to be able to look into these books and to be able to see how we are making a difference. It has a butterfly on it. It's a purple background, 90-day devotional, ton of authors here. So we definitely want to encourage everyone who's watching us. Take this time. Let's encourage. Let's strengthen one another. We know that the Bible says, in all thy getting, you better get some understanding. And I want you all who are getting understanding today to know the importance of us walking together, because we know that it says in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7, for we walk by faith and not by sight. So let's walk by faith, family. Let's understand the importance of it. Let's make it happen. And that's all the time I got. My name is Calvin, the Logan Power Show, nationwide, worldwide. We love you, and we'll see you soon.
Finding Joy in the Journey, written by Juanna Council Brown, 90-day devotional. She is one of the authors. We want you to purchase this book today. Don't forget to contact her because she's a positive, motivational speaker.
I was reading and looking at, like, us being human, I've noticed that when we desire something, we're going to go do it. So if you desire to have your finances fixed, you're going to go get them fixed. If you desire to literally have money in the bank, you're going to go work overtime and have money in the bank. So the way I look at it is, it's not about, oh, this community is poor, that community is rich. You got to look at it. A lot of people said in all their books, and a lot of motivational speakers say it to this day, even Les Brown, it's the education that's lacking throughout. I looked at the statistics within the 50 states of the U.S. There's only 17 states that teach one personal finance class. One class in 17 states. So what about the other states? So why ain't nobody being taught? And then I was like this. If you go to a bank, let's say Wells Fargo, Bank of America, or Credit Union. If you look at the door, the side of a glass window, it has FDIC, which is Federal Department Insurance Company. So my question is, why is the government insurance money and we not? But I educate y'all. I educate that because I want us to educate on, I want us to secure our money with insurance. And y'all do know insurance is the only thing that's guaranteed for protection. And what a lot of people didn't know, the judicial system, the IRS, nobody can touch insurance policy. So
It's the Logan Power Show. Inspirational and motivational. It's the Logan Power Show. Informational to help you grow. Logan Power Show.